Okay, I think we are rolling. Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order. Sorry it's been a little while since my last video and stream. Kind of a sort of busy weekend-ish taking care of stuff. But hello to Mr. Sharkbite6415. Thank you for nuking the like button, as always. Hello to Seth Rollins and Sailor Pika, Mark Blackledge, as well in the chat. Welcome, everybody. As you can see from the thumbnail and the layout, today's going to be one of our Wonder Trade sessions, trading out a bunch of the Skarmory that we have left over from... was it last week? No, technically a couple weeks back. Our last Wi-Fi battles that we have done. And I've got a whole box of Skarmory still to trade out. And who plays Pokemon TCG, Seth is asking in the chat. I do. I actually do it on the channel here on Tuesdays. So tomorrow evening we should have another Pokemon TCG live stream. Hello to Ruben as well. What's cracking? Well, for me, eggs have been cracking quite a lot. Doing a lot of breeding for Pokemon here in not only Pokemon Ultra Sun, but also Pokemon Go. And hello to... OMG, it's Sark! Welcome to our stream tonight. I see pizza. Alright, stream canceled. I want pizza now. Anyways, just kidding. Here we go. So, as we say in the layout, as I say in the layout here, trade Pokemon's going to be Skarmory holding leftovers. Whole box of these guys. We've got the Impish Nature, which is defense up, special attack down. We have the Sturdy ability for these Pokemon. The, Max IVs, which are slightly overshadowed by the Pokemon itself. I didn't notice that, but you can read that anyway. Defense and special defense are guaranteed maximum. The moves are all, I think they're all egg moves. Pursuit, Whirlwind, Stealth Rock, and Brave Bird. And hello to Monkey 11-2. I keep wanting to say 11-12. 112, 148. Hello to Monkey. Hello to Unknown Spike. You have to go today, or you're playing Go today. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I did get a gift from you, I think, today. I can't remember. I do not recall. And it's a 10 million Poké-Dollar fine if you're late. Oh, I was actually a little bit late. Hopefully you can forgive me, though. So I'm going to pop into the Wonder Trade. So as per usual, the routine is, before I start trading out one of these many Skarmory, as you can see here, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then I'll say go in the chat. And that's when you guys want to click the yes button on the trade screen. I'm going to back out of this for 1 second there. So, let's just take a quick little look here. Idea of what the stats are like. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've been doing behind the scenes to try and get some of these Pokemon prepared for us. Like, a lot of them are pretty decent. Look at that. That one's pretty good. A nice 100% IV Skarmory. That breeding is kind of difficult. But, like I said, we'll talk about that and some ideas I have for the channel and stuff like that in a little bit. Mr. Sharkbite just leveled up to level 35 in Pokemon Go. Now, do you gain any crazy, amazing items for that? Because I know when you hit level 30, you get 3 of each of the main things, like incubators and incense and stuff like that. Okay, getting ready for the first one. And let's go with the first trade out. That is... So that's Linkshell asking, where is that line from? I believe it is your friendly rival in Gen 4, the super hyperactive one. Who... Is that him? Or is it... No, I think it's him. My first trade partner is AQ from Mexico. I'm going to send over one of our Steelbeak Skarmory. So, this past weekend, you might have noticed there wasn't anything on the channel. We didn't have any streams, didn't have any pre-recorded videos. One thing I'm working on... We got a Drifblim. Is preparing for Pokemon White. So it might not be ready until maybe later this week or the start of next week, but I'm getting Pokemon White ready to go. I'm getting Pokemon prepared to be uploaded, you know, TMs and stuff like that, and it can be difficult to get the TMs, especially if you're talking about the ones from Garbage Tower. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I'm getting Pokemon White ready to roll, so sometime this week I'm hoping to be ready to go, but I might hold off until the start of next week before we actually go ahead and start off that on the channel. Alright, so the second one is trading out right now. It is Barry from Diamond. Okay, I thought so. And hello to Silver Mecha 1. Welcome to our stream tonight for some Wonder Trading. I say tonight, it's only 5 o'clock my time. If you guys are even further west than I am, North America or South America, then it's even earlier for you guys. And hello, Seth Rollins. I saw you earlier there. Welcome to our stream. Max from Germany. From Sarasraland. Nope, that's from Mario World. I'm sorry, Mario Land. But anyway, Max is our next trade partner. So that's been kind of keeping me busy. Also, I got kind of fortunate, kind of lucky in breeding the prizes. Hey, that's not a shiny Wingull, but it's a Wingull. Shiny Wingull, of course, are in Pokemon Go, and I got 2 of them right now. I'm going to probably evolve one next time I can take it into a gym battle and pretend to level it up like I like to do, and get myself a shiny Pelipper. So, I'm breeding up Pokemon, and of course the prize Pokemon, if you missed it on my Twitter, is going to be Scyther, representing the Azalea Town Gym in the Johto region. So once I get this next one ready to go, and I'll talk a little bit more in just a moment. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Skarmory number 3. So, I was breeding up Scyther, and I got some really good Scyther for breeding. One of them, 5 perfect IVs. The only one lacking is the special attack stat. Another Scyther, the breeding partner of that first one, completely perfect IVs. So I figured that's going to be great. There are going to be so many max IV Pokemon at the end. Of course, there's only a 1 in 6 chance that you pass down the 5 IVs that I want to. Of course, I have Metal Coat. That's another thing, too. I spent a lot of time stealing, basically, a bunch of wild Magnemite Metal Coats to be able to evolve every one of these Scyther into Scizor as they trade out. And that took quite a while, but also I found that I was so engrossed in trying to get the perfect stats for these Scyther that it really takes a lot of time. And I was like just discarding not eggs, but the less perfect IV Pokemon. And just how long it was taking, I realized this, I don't know, with everything else I'm doing on the channel, that's a lot of time to invest in just one aspect of the channel. 3, 2, 1, let's go for number 4. Trading out. So, hopefully you folks are okay with the fact that maybe we won't have, you know, perfect stats all around the board for our prize Pokemon, because, well, I have sort of a way to make it somewhat better, in a way. Like, what I used to do is I would breed up 3 full boxes of eggs and choose a box full of the best. We have Scrummy from United Kingdom in England there. Yeah, so I would breed, initially I would breed 3 boxes and choose a box full of the best ones of those 3 boxes, and those would be the prizes. Sometimes I don't have the best Pokemon. Like, I want to guarantee at least 2 max IVs, and on occasion I don't get a whole box Pokemon with 2 max IVs, so I have to breed like a 4th box, choose more Pokemon from that. Now, I think I'll probably stick to doing that, because what I was doing with the Scyther, it was Pokemon. I was breeding so many of them. I probably went through, I don't even know how many, like more than 3 boxes, more than 4 boxes of Scyther. And I mean, I have a really good box full. Like, you'll see them when we start doing our Wi-Fi battles later tonight, by the way. And it just, like, it took so much time to invest to do all that. Then one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is that I don't have time to prepare, like, say, a new deck in Pokemon TCG for that week because I'm busy breeding Pokemon so much. I've also, you know, got to make sure I get my daily stuff taken care of in Pokemon Go. I have to make a choice. Do I stay home, just breed everything, or do I go out and do my Pokemon going? I know I can just do a little bit in the neighborhood here, but it's like, I kind of want to do a bunch. Get as many of those research tasks done as you can. Allison from Michigan is the next trade partner. Oh, it's Ernesto. Well, hello, Ernesto. Welcome. And Pokemon tents you can get from Festival Plaza can give you lines trainer said in past Pokemon games. I like that. One of them says, you know, I hope you have Burn Heal, and I like that one. That was pretty good. Mr. Sharkbite says, call officers doing a deal with Spinda. You think he's a little drunk. I mean, looks like it. For sure. We got Cleffa. What's up, Exposer? Welcome to our Wonder Trade stream. Hello, Ultra Combo. Yes, it has been a bit of a minute. A minute minute, if you will. Not just talking about the fact that I haven't been on YouTube for the past few days. I was going to be doing Wi-Fi battling last Friday, but I just didn't have the prizes prepared. I got the prizes prepared for today, though. And we'll talk more about that as we get closer to, well, probably closer to the end of the stream, leading into the stream tonight for some Wi-Fi battling. I'll show you the prizes you can be fighting for as we finish up our first line of Skarmory being traded out. And so what I'm starting to do also with Pokemon Ultra Sun is every morning when I get up, I'll probably put in some time to try to steal away some wild held items that are going to help us with some of these prizes. For example, leftovers, they're not too hard to get. You can just find a wild, what's it called, Munchlax on Route 1, and by having, you know, false swiping it down, Switcheroo takes away their leftovers, they might start calling in help from other Munchlax. You're guaranteed that the Munchlax will be holding leftovers. So if I have a whole team of Pokemon that can thief, I got like 5 or 6 Pokemon taking those leftovers by switching in, stuff like that, and I get 5 leftovers to start with. Other things like the Razor Fangs that we have to get from Bruxish, the Metal Coats from Magnemite, and other things coming up in the future are a little bit harder to get. So, it's going to take some time to make sure I have enough of those for a full box. So that's why every morning I'm trying to get... I'm gonna focus on 3 different items at a time, and I'll try to steal one wild held item to go into my collection every day. So within a month, I'll have a whole box worth of other Pokemon. Alright, so we have the first line of Pokemon. Let's go over what we got first of all. We got a Jolly Aftermath Drifblim with Spit Up, Shadow Ball, Amnesia, and Baton Pass. Your stats are, ooh, not too bad around the board. You are a, I already said Jolly Nature, which is okay. I mean, yeah, you're more on the defensive side anyway. Next up, we have a Wingull. Modest Nature with Hydration, Agility, Aqua Ring, Wide Guard, Knockoff. We got 4 max IVs. It's not too bad, I guess. We now have Drowsy, a Rash Drowsy with Insomnia. The moves are Pound, Hypnosis, and Disable. Next up, we have that Pokemon, that little drunk Spinda there. Serious Nature with the Tangled Feet, Tackle, Copycat, and Feint Attack for the moves. Ooh, kind of decent on some of them stats. We now have a Cleffa, an Impish Cleffa with Cute Charm ability. The moves are Sing, Sweet Kiss, Copycat, and Magical Leaf. And last but not least, for the first line, we have a Hardy Flash Fire Litwick. The moves are Acid. You learn Acid? This must be bred. Acid, Confuse Ray, Fire Spin, Smog, and stats are looking kind of decent on some of those there. So that is the first line. I'm going to start off the second line, and I'll get caught up on the chat. And let's go. Alright. So let's see here. Unknown Spike, you say you've caught Camerupt and Evolved Lyron. Cool. Sailor Pika just got one of the Steel Beaks. Really? From someone else, I would assume, because I didn't see your name pop up there. Let's see. And Seth just got a shiny Deoxys. Awesome stuff. We have Tonks from Italy. Sardinia, Italy is our first trade partner on line 2. And do I want... Exposer's asking, do I want to trade sometime for future prize Pokemon? I don't know exactly. Like, on the one hand, like I was saying, it takes a lot of time to breed up the Pokemon and stuff. And I mean, they're not ever super perfect anyway, so they're not the biggest thing. So in one way, I probably could use the help, and I probably should take the help. But another way, too, it's like, I don't want to throw my workload onto anybody else out there, I don't know. I'm kind of weird in the sense that I like to make sure that, I am accomplishing what I want to do rather than having someone else help me with it. I don't know. Eventually, as the channel gets bigger and if the demand starts to build up for these Wonder Trade Pokemon, I might eventually have to start seeing, who else would I want to breed Pokemon and, get them prepared for prizes. The other problem is, too, though, we would have to find a way for you to get, say, like, a box full of Pokemon over to me, which would be like just a whole thing of trading anyway, so I don't know. I could think about something like that, but I do want to mention, too, what I'm going to start doing, just to make sure I have enough time in advance to prepare the prize Pokemon, I've been asking a week in advance what people want as the prize Pokemon for the following week. We have a B-Dox from California up next for the trade partner. So for right now, for example, there is a poll on my Twitter asking what normal type should be the prize for our Goldenrod City Gym Week. So there's some suggestions up on there, and that's going to help me decide what to breed up. I think the poll should be ending pretty soon now, actually. But I have, what was I going to say? I'm getting all sidetracked here. The poll is up. So yeah, what I want to start doing, once this poll is complete, I'm going to, maybe during tonight's battle live stream, I'm going to put another poll up. We're going to look into the future. I'm going to put up a poll for the Ghost-type gym of Eckerteak City. Put some suggestions for whatever Ghost-type Pokemon you think would be good for prizes there. And it's going to be kind of weird in that you're going to be giving some votes on which Pokemon should be prizes for, like, say, 2 weeks in advance. But it'll help me with time to, breed up Pokemon, choosing the egg moves and stuff like that. So hopefully that works out well. And I think the best idea is to set the poll up before starting the battle stream. That way I can let everybody know that, oh, in the middle of, like, you know, if I'm battling somebody, the rest of you can go over to my Twitter, leave your feedback on the poll, and come back and still, you know, wait for your chance to do some battles. So that way it gives us, it's like, you know, right at the forefront, the battles are happening. You know, at that point, you're going to be helping to choose future prizes for battles. Alright, we have a Feroki. Cool stuff. I don't know, Spike saying, did I check the anime? Did I check Pokemon Duel? No, I have not. And Monkey just got shiny Shanks. Awesome, nice yellow Shanks. I've seen them before. I have not had one yet myself, though. Alright, and that's another thing, too. I'm still trying to build up my Pokedex in Ultra Sun here, so I can possibly have a chance to breed up some more shiny possible Pokemon for prizes. Hello to Jennifer Vlogs 1. Welcome to our stream. And yet, Chansey is winning the poll. As I say, I'm pretty sure... Well, I'm pretty sure Chansey is the one I'm going to go with. Because the idea, like, you know, Eviolite Chansey can be pretty crazy, pretty defensive. So that's a pretty good option. I hear the dog growling out there. That's probably fine, though. Our trade partner is Revolt from England, United Kingdom. Goes to the GTS a lot. I do on occasion. Actually, I should say I do that quite a bit now because I am trying to get that Pokedex filled up. I still have a bunch of extra Chimchar I'm putting up for trade partners. It's kind of weird. I'm breeding out hidden ability. Are they hidden? No, they're not hidden ability. Sorry, but they got good egg moves. I'm sending out Chimchar for things like Garbodor. For actual trash Pokemon, I'm trading out starters with egg moves. Alright, so let us... How many more? We got 2 left, I think? 2 more on this line, indeed. Alright. Get this one ready to roll. And... Boom, there we go. I dropped my stylus. We're all good, though. I got it. So yeah, Pokemon White is rolling. Things are going pretty good on that one. I've tested the game, just make sure everything's going to flow properly and record okay. And I'm already starting to remember things that maybe I'm not too particularly fond about in Gen 5, but we'll talk about that as the playthrough begins. It'll be an interesting time, let's just say. From Japan, our next trade partner is, we're going to send out another Skarmory. And let's see what we get in return. Monkey wants to do a link trade. He never got one of my Pokemon just yet. Well, right now it is Wonder Trade night, so I can't really do a single trade with one individual person, because if I was to do it for one person, then I have to do it for everybody. And that's not what the Wonder Trade is about. Then it's not even a Wonder Trade stream. But for your chance to get a Pokemon from me, you're just going to beat me up in a Wi-Fi battle. And that's going to be happening later on tonight. And I've got... Tell you what, after the next line, I'm going to show you what we have. Like, you know what Pokemon I've already said we're going to be giving out. It is Scyther. And did I... Well, if you guys... Okay, while I'm doing this, if you want to go check out the next scheduled live stream, you can see the thumbnail, and you see what Pokemon is going to be the prize. But I will tell you that once we're done the third line, just to give you a little bit of an incentive to come back to the channel later on tonight for the Wi-Fi battling. Unknown Spike saying, you want Ghastly for the Ghost type. That could be an option. It makes sense, because of course, Morty's, Morty the gym leader, his ace is Gengar. So that could be a thing. But we'll see what else there is. Like I say, I don't follow Smogon rules, but I understand that they have good suggestions on moves and stuff like that. So I tend to go there and see what are the most, the OU Pokemon of certain typings. Brian from New York is up next. He is psyched up. Excuse me. That's my first cough of the stream. I'm feeling better, apparently. Won't be the last, I'm sure. Alright, let's see. Let's get something in response for our Skarmory. But I tend to look at Smogon and just see, so... That's a Dive Ball Smoochum. Why? I don't know. So, whatever happens to be a really overused Ghost type, I'll put them as suggestions in my Twitter poll. Then, of course, it comes down to whatever Pokemon gets the most votes. Alright, that is... Kusila. That must have been traded from someone else, because that does not sound English. Alright, so let's see here. Line number 2, starting with a naughty-natured Cubone with Rock Head ability. We've got Bone Club, Headbutt, Leer, and Focus Energy for the moves. Next is a bold-natured Pickup Lillipup with Bite, Baby Doll Eyes, Helping Hand, and Takedown. We now have a Froakie. Oh, hidden ability Froakie. Look at that. Where have we seen these before? Oh, right, I breed them. Anyway, timid-natured Froakie with Mind Reader, Mud Sport, Bestow, and Water Sport. I almost thought that said Water Spout. I was like, what? Pretty good stats for some of those there, of course. Next, we have a bold-natured Inkay with Contrary Ability, Tackle, Peck, Foul Play, and Reflect for the moves. We also have a Staryu with Illuminate, which I believe increases the chance of wild Pokemon appearing. Jolly-natured, which is maybe not the best for a Starmie. I mean, it's not bad, you get your speed up. Tackle and Harden. And last but not least, we have the Adamant-natured Kusila, Forewarn. Oh, it is from Germany, okay. Forewarn ability with Pound, Lick, and Sweet Kiss. Let's start off this next line of Skarmory here. 3, 2, 1, and when I say go, that's when I'm clicking yes for the trade. If you guys are following along, that's when you want to click yes as well. Seth is calling first dibs. I think you're talking about the battles tonight. Well, of course, the battles happen on a basis of whoever's name pops in. Now, we can talk about that again, too, because, like, I've been giving it some thought into how to make the battle streams fair, and like the only way I can think to make it kind of fair is what I'll talk about. But I see Siddharth Kadari is saying, do you trade shinies? If I have if I'm breeding Pokemon, if I ever breed up shinies, I'm gonna put them into the prizes, of course. I don't want to just keep it for myself because it's like, if I happen to make a shiny, I'm gonna include it. The only downside is, hey, we got a Skarmory for Skarmory. The only downside is if the shiny Pokemon does not have the guaranteed stats, should I include it? I mean, as I've said in Pokemon Go, stats are important with this, but shininess trumps the stats. So I should probably include it for, you know, the rarity's sake. And it should still have the egg moves at least, but, you know, stat-wise it might not be guaranteed to be as amazing. But we'll see as eventually if and when I finally get a shiny. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go for our second of this line. Hello to the Arcanine. Welcome to our stream tonight for some wonder trading of leftover Skarmory. Technically, it's kind of funny. They're holding leftovers, and these are the leftover Skarmory from the last battle session that we had. And Unknown Spike saying that some gens are good, some are not. Indeed, we have Kappa from the Czech Republic, our next trade partner. Let's see what we are getting. So, if anyone out there is playing Pokemon Go at the time, how many, or what step are you on? How many steps have you completed for your Celebi research? If you missed it on my channel, I have completed it. I got it done. How long have I had Celebi for? Probably about a week, maybe? It can't have been that long. Time flies when you're with the time travel Pokemon. Great Scott. But if you guys are doing the Pokemon Go Celebi special research, whereabouts are you at? I know there's still some people that are waiting that 7-day, you know, spin one stop per day streak, which is a bit of a downside, but it's like I've said before, I like the fact that you have to invest time into the session, into the missions to get the time travel Pokemon. Although I thought it would have been funny. Did I mention this before? I might not have, but what if they did a thing where, say you get to step 5, Celebi appears in your game, like on your map or something like that, and if you go to encounter it, have it teleport away and disappear, and then have I'm so used to Ultra Sun, I tend to almost call Professor Willow Professor Kukui. Anyway, it'd be cool if Celebi showed up and then disappears, and Professor Willow says to you, was that the time travel Pokemon? It appeared to have come back in time to like lead you on your way or something like that. That would have been kind of cool. I mean, have it that you can't catch it yet, of course, but just have some sort of time aspect into it, other than just having to wait those days. Do I like Arcanine? I don't dislike Arcanine, but overall I'm not like partial to it over anything else. I mean, it's definitely a good Pokemon in that I've fought many of them. They can get Wild Charge, which is a pretty wild attack for them to have. Of course, being weak to water, Wild Charge being electric is a pretty good weakness covering move on their part. So, I mean, Arcanine was one of the few original legendary Pokemon. Did you folks know that? If you look at the anime, episode number 2, when Ash gets to Viridian City's Pokemon Center, he sees this plaque, this mural thing, with, I think it showed Articuno, Zapdos, I think Mewtwo was shown, which might be sort of like a continuity issue, but Arcanine is shown there as well. That's not what I'm talking about, though. In the Pokedex, it's simply called the legendary species Pokemon. We got Ultramon, our next trade partner, has reached Festival Plaza rank 100 from Louisiana. Awesome stuff. Unknown Spike is at the second step of the Celebi research. You mean second to last? Because I think you've already walked your Eevee, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm following along. We got a Farfetch'd. We got a regional Pokemon. Now let's go to Safari Ball. Is it called Safari Ball or Marsh Ball these days? I don't know. Huh. I wonder where you're from. Now, of course, it could have a Marsh Ball or a Safari Ball from the previous generation and passed down through breeding. But I want to take a closer look at that Farfetch'd in just a moment. Speaking of Farfetch'd, I've traded a few Farfetch'd in my day. In Pokemon Go, I have currently... Okay, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So, some friends of mine went over to Europe at some point about a month ago or so, while the Dortmund Safari Zone was happening for Pokemon Go, and they brought back a number of Mr. Mime and Corsola, actually. And they weren't playing at the time when Farfetch'd was released globally because of the Global Catch Challenge. Andy from England is up next for our trade partner. And, yeah, so they didn't catch any Farfetch'd, and I had, I think, 5 extras in addition to the one that I'm keeping for myself. So I've traded a few Farfetch'd out. Right now I have 2 Mr. Mime and 1 Corsola in Pokemon Go, which is really cool. And I was saying that a friend of mine traded me a Corsola from Europe, not their native region, and in response I traded a Farfetch'd from Canada, not their native region. So 2 regionals from outside of their region were traded back and forth, which is kind of cool. And Unknown Spike saying it'd be fantastic to bring back Pokemon from past events and combine with the new ones. You're on the second step. Oh, you have to evolve and evolve grass type. Okay, so that is back in the second step. So anything like, well, I guess the Johto event is done now, but I was going to say, if you managed to have gotten a Skip Plume and enough Hop-Up Candy, that could have been a way to do it. Right now, your best bet might be something like Bellsprout or Gloom, perhaps. Or if you can get some of the starter Pokemon like Chikorita or Bulbasaur or something like that, that could be a possibility. Alright, oh, we got 1 more to go. I thought we were done that line. So let's get this last one of line 3 ready to roll. And boom, boom, boom. There we go. Last one for line 3. Then we'll take a look at the prize box I have prepared for our Wi-Fi battles tonight. Do you think it's too much, like overloading, to have 2 streams in one day? Hope it's not. We're going to sort of, try it as a bit of a test here. See how things go. I would have actually had these spread out across 2 days. We have Telodello. Our next trade partner. Yeah, I would have had this spread out. I would have had the Wi-Fi battles last Friday, if the prizes were prepared, and then the Wonder Trading of Skarmory on Saturday. But again, I didn't have everything prepared. It was busy-ish week for me. Also getting, admittedly, I put more time into preparing Pokemon White's playthrough than I probably should have at the time, because that took up a lot of my time, and I realized I was behind in getting this stuff ready for our streams today. So I thought, you know what, just to make up for the fact that I wasn't around all weekend, let's put both of these in one day, and hopefully it's not too overwhelming. Oh, you just can't find the Pokemon you need for the evolutions. Well, the only other option would be, if you have a Stage 1 Grass type, try, start walking that, and if you happen to do any raid battles or get rare candies from research tasks, use those on that Stage 2, just to get as many candies as you can possibly get. Alright, so let's take a quick look at line 3 of our prizes of our Wonder Trading. We have a quirky natured Skarmory with Keen Eye ability. Get the moves of Air Cutter, Fury Attack, Feint, and Swift. We've next got Alolan Rattata, Relax Nature with Hustle ability, Tackle and Tail Whip for the moves. We now have a Fletchling, Calm Nature with the Big Pecks, Quick Attack, Peck, Agility, and Flail. There's that Farfetch'd. So, I wonder where you're from. Excuse me, Adamant Nature, which is pretty good. Inner Focus, holding Starfberry. That's something you don't see every day. Night Slash, Leaf Blade, Feather Dance, and Roost. Where do we check your... I'm going to check your actual summary. Let me just see what you got going on here. I was going to say, is it from an older game? But it's not. It's not got the Game Boy symbol. Hash at the ranch. Okay, so it just happened to pass down the little marsh ball thingy there. Alright, but what are your IVs like? Because I see some lights there, some symbols. Yeah? Now I get it. I know why people are using that pink symbol. They show you what stat is boosted by the nature. So that is a potentially good breeding partner. Alright, next is Rock and Rolla, modest nature with weak armor. The moves are tackle, harden, sand attack, and headbutt. And basic stats there. Last but not least, we got Furo at level 28 here with the impish nature, holding the keen eye. It's holding an eye right in its claws. It's got aerial, ace, mirror move, assurance, and agility. Ooh, not terribly bad on the stats. Alright, so before we move on to line number 4, let's scroll over to the Bugsy box. So here's what we have for our prizes. If you did not see... Why did I mark you? I'm not sure why I marked you. I'm just looking at the symbols there. Anyways, we have the Bugsy box. We have Scyther with the impish nature, which is defense up, special attack down. Technician will be the ability, and they're all holding metal coats. So whenever I trade these out, now technically on the thumbnail of the battle stream, it shows Scizor, but this will become Scizor once it trades out holding metal coat. And I got metal coats for each of them. They've got quick guard, baton pass, counter, and reversal. And you'll see a lot of them have max stats except for special attack. I kind of wanted to try to, you know, make that happen for you. But as I said, that took a lot of time to breed all these up. Again, I don't know why you are here. I'm going to have to double check and make sure this is not what I'm going to keep for myself or whatever. But yeah, they're all looking pretty good. Anyway, that's for later on. So let's send out our next Steelbeak here. And again, look at those stats. Not bad. I'm complimenting myself. Not bad, Professor. Thank you, Professor. I appreciate that. 3, 2, 1. And... wait. Go. There we go. Alright, hello to Ninja Dragon, or Ninja Dargon, however you pronounce that. Welcome. You're new? Welcome to our stream and our channel. My name is Professor Chaz. I do all sorts of crazy Pokemon stuff, but right now we're doing wonder trading, sending out some pretty... I hesitate to call them competitive, because, I mean, I tried to make them competitive, but, I mean, you know, they're not necessarily going to be perfect. Jack from Illinois is up next, but my intended competitive Skarmory are wonder trading out today, so hopefully you're enjoying the stream. If you enjoy it, feel free to... here I am. I'm already doing my self-promotion thing. Feel free to leave me a like down below. But if you enjoy it, feel free to let me know in the comments or the chat there. And you can check out some more stuff on the channel. We got us a Charmander from Jack. Very cool. Unknown Spike cannot wait for the TCG live stream, which will be tomorrow evening. I'm going to set up the event for that one next. Exposure is back. Welcome back. And Dazzling Shell, you became the Mantine Surfing Champion of all 4 islands yesterday. Did you get your prize for that? There's a special reward waiting for you in Pokemon Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon for getting the top score in all 4 of the surfing areas. I don't want to spoil what it is, though. Those are some pretty nice Scyther indeed, Sailor Pika. I'm quite happy with how they turned out. But like I said, a lot of effort was put into it. I might somewhat be able to make it kind of easier on myself with you know, basically what I'm going to start doing is getting one Pokemon, probably, yeah, like the female Pokemon with all the egg moves I want them to have. And then I'm going to work with getting a pair of Ditto from earlier games, 3 guaranteed max IVs. I'm going to breed the female with 1 Ditto to pass those 3 max IVs down. I'm then going to breed the offspring female with another Ditto with the opposite max IVs to try to get possibly 5, but hopefully 6 max IVs on a female. That one I will then use as a breeding partner with something else with max IVs that I'm getting from wonder trades and stuff, and that should give me a good chance at having massive amounts of you know, max IVs for the prizes. So we'll see how things go. I'm excuse me, currently working on the next prizes, and it's going okay-ish, I guess. We haven't got to the Ditto part yet, but I'll work on that. Alright. Ninja Dragon asking, can we trade? Well, tonight is just going to be wonder trading. I keep saying tonight. It's not even nighttime yet. The sun is still out outside there. But today will be just the wonder trading of this box of Skarmory. So we can't do any direct trades right now. But if you want to come back later tonight, I'll be doing some Wi-Fi battling. And if you can defeat me, you get to choose one of those Scyther I showed off just moments ago. which will of course become Scizor through evolution, holding the metal coat when traded. And iNexus is asking, first of all, hello iNexus, welcome to the stream. Asking, do I trade shinies or mythicals? As of right now, I do not. I'm breeding up Pokemon for prizes in-game, and you can, of course, breed mythical Pokemon, but shiny Pokemon, if I am ever breeding Pokemon and a shiny does pop out of one of the eggs, I will include that as a prize. But as of right now, I have not yet bred a single shiny for our prizes. So it's going to be one of those things that we're just going to wait and see what happens. Unknown Spike needs to find a Skip Plume, but it can be so hard. So, good question actually. What types of Pokemon do you find in your area? Because I was talking to one of the local players here, how I have a research task to catch 5 Fire-type Pokemon, and the reward for that will be one of those new Silver Pinap Berries. What's kind of interesting is, we don't get a lot of Fire-type Pokemon in my area. But other parts of the world, maybe you get a bunch of them, and that can be an easier task to accomplish and get that Silver Pinap over there. So, since you don't seem to find the grass types, what kind of types do you find, out of curiosity? And Ernesto has just gotten Shiny Zygarde from Flexi.YouTube. Very cool. Shiny Zygarde. Interesting. And HY Wire also got the Shiny Diancie from FlexiTube. Cool stuff. Shiny Legendaries all over the place. So mostly normal types you find. Okay. Yeah, sadly it's going to come down to probably as soon as you can get one grass type, you might have to start walking that one and building up your candies with it. Rare candy at 2 if possible. Now, I wonder, is there going to be any event soon where the candy distance is lowered? I haven't heard. Now, here's the other thing too. I wonder what the big Ultra bonus is going to be that they're going to announce on the 10th of September. Because if all regions got all of their research done for these 3 events this summer, there's going to be a special Ultra bonus that was being unlocked. And, as it turns out, we completed all those research tasks. So we should hopefully find soon something special in the game. And they're going to tell us what it is. Alright. So, Sailor Pika got 2 shiny Entei from Flexi. Cool. I've gotten a few from Flexi as well, different shinies and stuff. Dazzling Shell's asking, do I know where the last totem sticker is? To be completely honest, I don't know where many of the totem stickers are. I think if you watch the playthrough of Ultra Sun, I'm pretty sure all the ones I found were on screen. Other than that, I don't know. I'm probably missing more than one because I don't have an even number of, say, 19, 29, 39 or something. I'm not missing just one, I don't think. And I don't know where they're all at. So, maybe someday, if I get really, really bored, I'll jump into Ultra Sun, just roam the entire region again, because I've already done this. See if I can track down the last of the special fancy totem stickers for totem Pokemon. I can't remember what the last totem Pokemon I got was. It might have been the Mimikyu. I believe we named it Darkness in our playthrough, if I remember correctly. Alright, one last Skarmory of line 4. With 1 line remaining, we're going to send this one out. And let's see what we get for this one. And iNexus got 8. We're talking about shiny Pokemon from Flexi? If so, that's pretty cool. And now you just got a shiny Keldeo, says Sailor Pika. Flexi is Flexi streaming right now? I wonder. Where's my cursor? It's sleeping. There we go. While we wait for this one to trade out, let me just take a quick look. We have Andy from Italy as our next trade partner here. Let me look up Flexi. So let's see what we get for this Skarmory here. I don't see... Is this stream? It is not streaming, I don't think. I think maybe they're just doing some basic trading out right now as it is. Alright, I didn't even see what we got. We got a Alolan Rattata. Remember when they were in eggs in Pokemon Go? Everyone loved it. Speaking of which, Alolan eggs. Today I hatched my 4th Alolan Vulpix from Alolan eggs in Pokemon Go. Given the fact that I've already traded and gotten one from my friend Kariko, I now have 5. I've finally chosen an Alolan Vulpix to be on my team in Pokemon Go, and I will be evolving her very soon-ish. She actually has max defense and max HP. She's going to be a pretty decent Ninetales. Alright, so let's take a look at our prize. I keep saying prizes. Our return Pokemon from this Wonder Trading. We got a Hasty Natured Charmander with Blaze ability, with Ember, Smokescreen, Dragon Rage, and Scary Face. Next is the Alolan Meowth, Modest Nature with Technician, Scratch and Growl for the attacks. We just got a Larvitar, I didn't even mention that when that came in. A Guts ability Larvitar, Adamant Nature, which is nice. Bite and Leer. Kind of had a feeling there were some good stats on that one, the fact that it was Adamant Natured. We next have a Wingull, or as we've come to know it here, the Beach Zubat, with Rash Nature, the Keen Eye ability, and Growl, Water Gun, and Supersonic. It's holding a pretty wing. That's pretty cool. We have a Ghastly up next. Jolly Natured Ghastly with Levitate, Mean Look, Curse, Nightshade, and Confuse Ray. And last but not least, another Alolan Rattata. Quiet Nature with Hustle. Oh, I love Hustle. The original trainer was Ridley. Is this from Planet Zebus by any chance? Tail Whip, Quick Attack, Focus Energy, and Bite are the attacks right there. So one last line of Steel Beaks to send out, but let's get caught up on the chat in just a second here. Do I have a Darkrai? Oh, you might be talking to Sailor Pika, actually. You guys are talking there, okay. There was one... Oh, Dazzling Shell saying there was a Totem Sticker in the Southern Right Water in the Grand Resort. I should go check that. And hello, Trainer Joey YT. You got so many shinies so far. You're looking forward to battle me next stream. That's going to be later tonight, by the way. And you changed the username for Pokemon Ultra soon, so you might be able to battle me. And sadly, Unknown Spike has not yet hatched an Alolan Vulpix. Whenever I send out gifts to you, though, in Pokemon Go, are you able to get the Alolan eggs out of those? Because hopefully I'm contributing at least a little bit to your Alolan egg possibilities. I know I've gotten quite a few from the... I was gonna say... Guardians, like Tapu. I don't know. Anyway, I'm typing the whole word instead of go. I was gonna type Guardians Rising because that's what we give out for prize packs. Anyways, I know I've gotten a few eggs from the gifts that I opened from you, and like generally what I'll do, since the pilot medal is a thing in Pokemon Go, the more distance between the two Pokemon traded, the better your pilot medal builds up. You can get a possible gold medal at some point. Rosa from Tennessee is up next here, and I like to, if there's egg space, like I don't want to overwhelm too many Alolan eggs because, you know, there's some species I just want to hatch from around here too. So there's only a certain number of Alolan species that you can really get from the eggs. So since I now have Alolan Vulpix and I'm going to have Alolan Ninetales, I'm kind of done with the Alolan eggs, but I still want to keep breeding, not breeding, but hatching some of those Alolan eggs too, just because, you know, I guess... for Stardust and Candy, because you get more Stardust and Candy from a 7-kilometer egg than you do from a 2 or a 5. Of course, a 10-kilometer that you get from a local Pokestop would actually give you the most Candy and Stardust. So I've kind of limited myself to holding on to 2 Alolan eggs at a time, and I'll work on hatching those through incubators and stuff. So generally, if I have space for a couple of eggs, and I have no Alolan eggs at the moment, I'll open up a few gifts from people that are far off, like people from the chat here on our streams. And if my eggs are all filled up, I'll open from local people to, you know, build up our friendship levels, increase our attack bonus for raids and gym battles, increase the chance for more Premier Balls, and lessen the Stardust cost of trades. I've looked into the Stardust cost for trades, and it's kind of crazy. Ryan from Louisiana is our next trade partner. Unknown Spike asking, should you get a Great Box? And you got 9 Alolan eggs. Very cool stuff. Now, if you did get the Great Box, you would get... How many incubators come in that one? And I think they're all super incubators. So, like, if nothing else, that would help you speed through some Alolan eggs, free up some space for local eggs, or that's 9 decent chances at getting an Alolan Vulpix hatched up. Now, I don't know if they've improved the odds of Alolan Vulpix, because I had... If you guys are watching the streams, the videos... For the longest time, I never hatched a single Alolan Vulpix. Within just a few days, I've hatched 4. So they might have, you know, increased their odds. Probably realizing, you know, oh, they've been exclusive to lucky players for long enough. We're going to give everyone a chance now. Which, if they did that, I think that's kind of nice. That they realize, oh, everybody wants this one thing. We're going to make it, you know, possible for them to get it. It's kind of how they put the legendary Pokemon in breakthrough rewards, or research breakthroughs. Because, like, not everyone can get to raids and take on a Zapdos or Articuno, but let's just toss them into the boxes. That way, everyone has a chance to get one. Lower level than it would be from a raid, but still, it is a legendary Pokemon. And Exposure got a Scyther, well, not from me, of course, I'm sending out the Skarmory for the night. Riker from Utah is next. Is that Commander Riker? Or now Captain Riker? Of course, it's spelled differently, so I doubt it. Wonder Trade from... Or, yeah, Wonder Trade... No, yeah, Scyther from Wonder Trade. Okay, I get you. Next, we see... Keys. We got some keys here, folks. It's a key to victory right there. Clef key. But yeah, I looked into what it costs for Stardust for trades. Even at the best friends level, which is 90 days, 3 full months of being friends with somebody and building up to that best friends level and hitting that goal, that achievement. If you want to trade for a new legendary or a new shiny that you don't have, it's still 40,000 Stardust, and that's the cheapest they can make it for a new species. If you have the legendary or the shiny Pokemon in question, then it's not going to be that much. But generally, I'll be trading with people who don't have certain legendaries, certain shinies and stuff. But I've said I'm reserving those trades for only people I've made best friends with, because I'm still powering up so many Pokemon. I can't invest that much Stardust into the trades like that. And I guess, see, things like Rayquaza. I don't have a Rayquaza yet. I want to make the first Rayquaza I get a catch. I don't want to be given a Rayquaza. I want to catch Rayquaza. But if I'm going to trade a legendary to somebody, I might as well trade for a legendary or a shiny that I don't have. That way, the 40,000 Stardust cost will be good on both sides. So, I don't know. That's something that will happen eventually. I don't even have best friends yet in Pokemon Go. I'm still 20-some days away from my first. Unknown Spike asking, what is it my time right now? It is 5:47 p.m. Coming up on 6 o'clock. And I think we've got the Wi-Fi battle scheduled for 7, starting at 7. I'm going to go for a couple hours tonight as per usual. Alright, so let us get the next to last, the penultimate Skarmory traded out. Hopefully someone out there can grab this one. And you're working towards the second Entei for the breakthrough box. Awesome stuff. I didn't get mine yet. I did open up a breakthrough reward a few days back, and I got Raikou. It was actually, I think, the 28th or 29th of August. And I know I could have waited and gotten Entei, but I haven't missed a single day of getting a stamp yet, and I kind of don't want to miss a day, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like, as soon as I can claim a research task per day, I'm doing it. So if I gotta wait a little whale to get Entei, I will do that. I mean, I've already caught some from raid battles anyway, so I'm not in a super big rush for that. I also have, I didn't even pay attention, but I've got 4 Body Slam Snorlax in Pokemon Go there. And I don't even think I'm going to really use them. Now, Body Slam is a special move that they can no longer learn. It's called a legacy move. It's something that they used to have, and then I guess Niantic decided, you know what, they don't need that. Let's give it, I don't know, Earthquake. Let's give it Hyper Beam. Body Slam I kind of want better because it's like, it's got 3 charges, 50 power each. You can use it more freely than a Hyper Beam. But it is just a legacy move, but they brought it back temporarily in the research breakthroughs. Okay, this is the final Skarmory trading out. Let's go with the last countdown. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Let's see what we can get. And you got 3 Raikou. Awesome stuff. I don't even know how many I have. But hopefully of those 3, 1 or 2, or maybe all 3 have amazing stats for you. And I like having multiples of a species because you can sort of, you know, the way I do it. Having multiples of a species, you can see, oh, we got Flexi. Our last trade is Flexi. What shiny Pokemon do we get from Flexi? Having multiples of a species lets you see what attacks they can possibly have, so you know who you want to use your TMs on. Of course, you can always just go online. I'm pretty sure, I think PokemonGoHub.net, is it? Shiny Entei. Speaking of Entei, we got us an Entei. But there's many online resources that can show you what moves they have. Me, I'm always more of a hands-on, in-the-field kind of professor. You know, I want to learn stuff myself as I go. And I will evolve Pokemon into the higher levels. Like, say, I would evolve a bunch of Venusaur up. Basically, just so I can see what moves I can have. Not only because I feel more accomplished doing it on my own, but because you gain experience for evolutions. So, I mean, why not, right? Alright, so let's look at our last line. Yeah, ending off with a Flexi trade, Sailor Pika, indeed. Our last line, we got a relaxed Spinnerack here with the Swarm ability, Constrict, Poison Sting, and String Shot. Next is a Young Goose from Korea, Timid Nature with Strong Jaw for the ability. We got Tackle, Leer, Pursuit. We now have a Klefki, a Jolly Klefki, with Prankster for the ability. From Braden, it says, Recycle, Play Rough, Magic Room, and Heal Block. We got a nice Sableye, a Serious Nature Sableye with Stall ability, which I get, is it that good? Maybe? I don't know. Leer, Detect, Foresight, and Shadow Sneak. We've got a Picky Peck, Modest Nature with Keen Eye. The only move right now is Peck, and let's see what Flexi sent our way. An Adamant Pressure. Oh, we got a new Choice Band. Look at that. Adamant Nature Pressure ability, holding the Choice Band. It's got Sacred Fire, Stone Edge, Bulldoze, and Giga Impact. It's got the Pokerus, level 100. It is shiny. All stats are maxed out. That's a legit Pokemon right there, don't you think? I'll put that into my nice little shiny box for future giveaways, because I'm probably not going to use the Entei myself. It's interesting this isn't a Timer Ball. You can't even really see that, but Timer Ball indeed. Alright, so that is the end of our Wonder Trade session for right now. So stay tuned to the channel here, folks. I'm taking a brief little break. By brief, I mean like an hour or whatever. But we're going to be coming back in about an hour's time for this week's, technically it should have been last week's, Wi-Fi Battling, in which I'll be using my bug-themed team of the Azalea Gym. So if you guys can defeat me, should have kept my screen up here. You know what? You've seen it. I got my box full of Scyther holding metal coats. They will be the prizes if you folks can defeat me on the battlefield in double battles. Granted, it's probably going to be pretty easy, but I'll try to make you work for it. Anyway, so I want to say thank you folks for hanging out for the hour right now. Hour-ish, not quite a full hour, but thanks for hanging out for the Wonder Trading. Come on back in a little while and have a chance to take me on for a possible Scizor prize. And of course, if you don't get the Scizor, we still got a whole chum bucket full of Magikarp for you to choose from. Yeah. But that's going to be a wrap for right now, so thank you, folks. And if you want to stay tuned to the channel and see when the next stream's going up, if you're not yet subscribed, feel free to do so. You can check out the next stream as it's preparing. Alright, time for me to go do a little bit more item hunting in Pokemon Ultra Sun, I believe, and roll. Thank you, folks, once again. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time, which will be in just a little while. My cursor fell asleep again. There we go. Now we're ready.